And we'll do our very best to provide a story more important than the one established at Stamford Bridge in the 5:30 kickoff. Just to remind you, if you're just switching on to 5 Live, Manchester City lost 2-0 to Chelsea, and Liverpool, courtesy of their win at Bournemouth in the lunchtime kickoff, are top of the Premier League tonight, a point ahead of the champion Manchester City. Right, and the two teams are out. They've lined up. The referee, by the way, is Craig Pawson. The atmosphere, not quite the electrifying atmosphere that there's been at Leicester over the last couple of seasons in particular. I wonder, Michael, I was here on that horrific night when the helicopter went down, and it can only dampen things surely for these fans.
It can. I mean, I don't know what words can explain how tragic it's been here at the football club. And, you know, the full credit to everybody to try and keep positive as best they can and to continue. They've had some results, and it's just a strange feeling coming back here with all that surrounding.
I found it very odd tonight. I haven't been back since. And, you do pose the question, you know, it's only a game. It's only football. And it's good of us to remember that on occasions such as this. But hopefully when the whistle is blown by Craig Pawson, we'll have a hell of a good Premier League game to describe between Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspur. By the way, just a stat on Harry Kane. He scored 13 goals in 11 games against Leicester. So he's on the bench. Boom. He can be brought on, of course, if necessary, as could Ericsson. Harry Maguire, I'm sure they can't wait to get him back, but Evans is alongside Morgan in the centre of the Leicester City defence. Lloris and Kane's absence. Lloris is captain, of course, of Tottenham Hotspur, and he and Wes Morgan are in the centre circle now with the officials. I'm surprised the rain has relented. Thank heavens. And no more tonight, at least until I get home about midnight. But also, I feel it's quite mild.
It is quite mild.
Yeah. Strange. And it is December, trudging towards Christmas. Schmeichel going around embracing colleagues before he retreats to his penalty area in this first half. That's the way to the right. So Tottenham will be kicking off in this game, and they'll be playing from left to right as we look out from our position in the main stand here at Leicester City. Pitch is brilliantly floodlit. It's a very nice evening for football. The playing surface looks very good indeed. Reminding you, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4, Chelsea 2, Manchester City 0. Tottenham can go up, if they win this game, back into third place behind Manchester City and Liverpool. It'll be Spurs who will kick off. Craig Pawson will no doubt be waiting for signals from television. He must have them because he's blown his whistle and we're underway. 7:45 kickoff. I'm still not quite sure I'm used to these Saturday evening kickoffs in the Premier League. What do you think about them?
It's very, very strange. It's the second time of the season. I'm not sure if it's 4 games that they're going to trial this out for possibly something into next season. It's just a strange scenario sat here on a Saturday evening at 7:45. But with TV and different commitments, the times are changed as a footballer. You have to adapt. You look at lots of sessions now where they train the night before at the same times, etc. So the players are used to it now.
Here's Oliver for Tottenham in their white shirts and navy shorts, white socks, playing the ball forward towards the Korean Son, but Son can't collect possession. And Leicester in their all blue strip clear the ball towards the halfway line, towards Pereira from Schmeichel, but it's knocked back towards the Leicester penalty area by Tottenham, only temporarily. And now it's a run over the halfway line. This is Maddison playing the ball through. Iheanacho in the penalty area, tackled well and loses it. It's cleared to the far side of the field by Aurier, and Tottenham now deep inside their own half. Neat back heel by Ali over the halfway line, but there's Leicester gaining possession on the far side of the field with Morgan, and that's played along the right touch line. In it goes to Mendy on the halfway line, and gradually it's played back towards Johnny Evans. Evans out to the near side and Chilwell. Chilwell just happy to win the throw-in off the Tottenham player. He blocked his pass up the line. Throw in short of the halfway line, taken by Chilwell. Getting the ball back from Mendy and then shooting it towards Iheanacho. An infringement. What's going on here? Chilwell doesn't know what's happened. Was it a foul throw? Was his foot over the line?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's going to throw the other side. I think Leicester have started okay. They've had a few passes, just playing their way into the game. They'll be quite pleased with the start. A positive run from Iheanacho that just didn't get in. Great defending from Aurier, but they'll feel well settled to get on the ball.
Now it's with Vertonghen, who's completed his suspension, having been sent off against Arsenal. Played to the left-hand side, in from Davis, and now Winks to the near side and Dyer. Dyer on to Aurier. Aurier plays it forward. It's kept in play by Sissoko. Sissoko trying to find a colleague in the edge of the Leicester penalty area, but it's intercepted by Evans. Evans clears it to Iheanacho. Good work by the Leicester striker. Feeding it back to Mendy. On it goes to the far side of the field, and Gray. Gray on the right of the three behind Iheanacho. Gray running down that right side. Plays it back and lots of blue shirts in attacking position. The ball initially is played back to Pereira. Right, is it going to be fed through? Almost reached Maddison that pass, but it was intercepted by Vertonghen, and here's Eric Dyer to clear for Tottenham. Up to the halfway line, and Lucas Moura is brought down. It's a free kick to Spurs. Moura takes it quickly. Son chases after it. Morgan a little slow to react, and then he uses his left arm to reach out and just barge into the Korean, knock him away to a safe position, according to Morgan's thinking, and Leicester keep the ball. Deep inside their own half, and now it's inside the penalty area with Schmeichel. 3.5 minutes gone here at the King Power Stadium. Leicester against Tottenham in the Premier League. Leicester on 22 points. That's 11 points behind Spurs. That's guided towards this near side of the field. That's a good ball. And Chilwell up from left back, approaching the Tottenham penalty area, but loose pass into the full-back. Intercepted by Davis. Back it goes to Lloris. And Lloris clears it towards the halfway line. Headed back by Leicester, but Tottenham regained possession. Ali on the far side of the field. Ali just lays it back, and now it's with Davis into Winks, and Winks to Alderweireld. Oh, that's nice. Good. Television will turn off automatically. Please select OK to keep your TV switched on. OK. That's our monitor, which is difficult to respond to. It's not responding. We've got 4 seconds left. We're going to lose our pictures. It's gone. Just have to use our plain eyesight now and watch what's happening on the pitch.
It's a big opportunity now for Spurs with this free kick in a dangerous area. So I'll be interested to see if they could, whether it'll be Son or the Aurier will whiz the ball in.
Right, well, Son has come across. Davis is across too. He can play it in left-footed, of course. The left full-back. Son or Davis. 6 Tottenham players inside the Leicester penalty area. Wait for a decent free kick to be played. It's played in by Son. Low, it wasn't a good free kick, but it still might find Lucas Moura, and then he makes a complete hash of it. Wasn't under any particular pressure, and it's clear. Good ball by Iheanacho to the halfway. Oh, that had been fed through. Gray was clean through, but indeed he couldn't get the pass. It was blocked by Tottenham, and now started playing the far side of the field for a throw into Leicester. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. Leicester City against Tottenham Hotspur this Saturday evening. It's with Evans, and Evans finds Morgan. Morgan on to Pereira on the far side of the field, the right full-back for Leicester. Infield to Morgan it goes, and Evans again. Evans back to Schmeichel. Schmeichel thought of chipping it back to Johnny Evans. It did go to Evans eventually, but back it goes to Schmeichel. Well, let's say they're taking their time about getting things underway. Abora deep in midfield there for Leicester City. Still playing around in terms of their back line. Morgan to Evans, now on to Chilwell. Chilwell immediately put under pressure from Son, but Chilwell gets the ball back to Evans. Now it's with Iborra. Iborra chipping the ball through. It's Ndidi with the run. Ndidi volleys the ball right-footed high over the crossbar.
Well, it's a wonderful ball. I think it was from Johnny Evans over the top for a deep line run from Ndidi. He got through on the back of Alderweireld. They play a very, very high line, this Spurs team, so you can get in behind them. Leicester have been patient, then hit a direct ball, but it was a poor execution of a volley from Ndidi and over the top of the bar.
Lloris takes the goal kick short, playing it to Winks. That's on by Aurier. Played the direction of Lucas Moura, but he allowed it to run, thinking that Son would collect it. Son didn't, and it's Schmeichel who clears it towards the far side of the field. Brought under control by Pereira, but he can't get the pass through to Gray, and Tottenham have the ball back. Whip forward towards Lucas Moura. His first touch wasn't great. His second one was much better, keeping possession for Tottenham. Helped out by Sissoko and by Aurier. Aurier, the right fullback, falls over the halfway line, inside the centre circle. Dyer to Vertonghen, and taken up by Dele Alli. Dele Alli runs past two Leicester players. Half thought of playing a 1-2, didn't come off, and it's Maddison playing it securely back to Evans. On it goes to Schmeichel, about 100 yards to our right. Schmeichel clears right-footed onto the forehead of Son, and now Dyer back to Winks. Aurier is available down this near side of the field, the Tottenham right, and the fullback receives the pass, plays it back to Alderweireld. Alderweireld into Vertonghen. Some measured passing, but no incision as yet from either side. Vertonghen in the centre circle. On to Dyer. Dyer just over the halfway line, left of the centre circle. Sees the run forward of Dele Alli, but it's headed away by the defender. Is that a foul challenge? It was. Foul on Iheanacho, and it's a free kick, and it's also a yellow card.
Well, Eric Dyer's a loose ball. He's come to get tight with Iheanacho. He comes right through the back of him. He's slightly unfortunate to get a yellow card for me there. You must be in control. That's the only possibility the referee thinks with that slide and dive in behind Iheanacho. But he's a bit unfortunate to receive a yellow card, is Eric Dyer.
9 minutes gone. Leicester 0, Tottenham 0. Schmeichel is up to take this free kick just short of the centre circle, and he takes it very well, playing it to the left side to Chilwell. Chilwell's header in field. Iheanacho doesn't meet it, and it's cleared, but Iborra collects that, and he plays it to the far side, and Pereira onto Gray. Gray being hustled and has to retreat back into his own half, and there's a long pass back to Schmeichel, who's out of his penalty area to meet it. He finds Evans, and Evans looking upfield. Hits it long. That's a good ball. Chilwell's after. Iheanacho's into the penalty. Played in low towards Iheanacho. Good interception by Vertonghen at the expense of a corner.
Well, we talked about Tottenham having this high line, the right up on the halfway line, which is encouraging. Johnny Evans has got a wonderful right foot. He plays a long diagonal ball over the top for Chilwell to get onto. A great run from him, a fantastic delivery into the box, but well defended in the middle of the goal from Spurs.
10 minutes played, corner to Leicester. From their left, Maddison plays it in right-footed, hooking it in towards him. My goodness gracious. Tottenham didn't defend that particularly well. I think it came off Sissoko's head in the end. It's behind for another corner.
It was a great ball in from Maddison. That's that inviting ball just at the right height and the right pace, and it's causing Tottenham problems. So they keep the pressure on this Leicester team.
So Maddison's good to take this corner as well, though this one is from the right side. So his right-footed delivery will hook it towards the penalty spot. Leicester players gather. Played in far too deep by Maddison. That wasn't as good as the previous corner. Headed away by Tottenham. And then Mendy plays it to Maddison again on the right side. Gray's available. Gray gets the pass just outside the penalty area. Back to Maddison. And Maddison retreating. Hits it back in the general direction of the halfway line. Iborra tries to hook it forward. Hits a Tottenham player, rebounds into the Leicester half, and Mendy, safety first, plays it back to Schmeichel.
Just interesting watching there, Maddison. You know, he's confident at the moment. You can see he's enjoying his football, wants to play little 1-2s round the corner. He was unfortunate not to get the return pass, but certainly playing with that confidence. Scoring goals, Maddison. He's got 5, and a few of them recently. Missing Vardy, of course. Did miss Vardy. Who wouldn't miss Vardy? Yeah, they miss Vardy. That'll be the problem for this Leicester team, where the goals come from. Only 5 for Maddison, 5 for Vardy, and 2 for Iheanacho. So it's that's one problem when you have no Jamie Vardy on the pitch.
Chilwell with a throw in deep inside his own half, but it breaks kindly for Tottenham. Dyer to Winks, and now on the halfway line. Vertonghen to Alderweireld. Well, I don't know where he saw a Tottenham player. There was nowhere a new Tottenham player anywhere near that pass. But then Leicester give it away. That was poor from Chilwell. Son comes forward and then he runs into 2 blue shirts, loses possession, and it should be cleared now. But that's again a bit sloppy, and Leicester are quite fortunate that the referee decided there's a foul and Mendy and it's a free kick. Both sides giving the ball away cheaply.
There's been some poor passes with some quality players on this pitch, and just some little mistakes that they need to cut out, or they will be punished on the counter-attack.
I was watching that Chelsea game in the media room, and it looked to me, for most of the first half, it was inconceivable that Manchester City wouldn't win the game. Inconceivable.
It was amazing. I remember sitting down next to you, Alan, and we're watching the game, and you said it's all of Man City. Chelsea can't get out. They were playing in front of the goalkeeper, and obviously they've played their way in a little bit better, and a wonderful goal from the non-holding midfield player Kante.
Get cheered around this stadium, I can assure you. Anyway, Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-0. Earlier, Liverpool beat Bournemouth 4-0, and Liverpool are top of the Premier League table tonight. Spurs, with an opportunity, if they win this game, will go back into third place. Currently, both Chelsea and Arsenal have 34 points, Tottenham on 33. 0-0 so far, 14th minute of the game. Ball is on the far side of the field with Vertonghen. Vertonghen back to Winks. And Winks, that was an awkward pass for Davies to take. He couldn't collect it properly, and Leicester come forward on the attack just outside the penalty. Ball's played in by Gray, blocked by Vertonghen, and it's behind for a corner.
Oh, well won back, and nice and positive from Damari Gray, who's on the front foot trying to make things happen. They're pressing very, very quick and early, this Leicester team. They don't want Tottenham to settle on the football.
Maddison's going to take the corner again from the right hand side in front of the away supporters. Both arms aloft. That's the signal. Played in towards the near post, headed away easily by Lucas Moura, and then brought down by Son. Tackled fairly according to the referee. Looked initially like a foul tackle, but anyway, Leicester couldn't make use of it. And here's Dele Alli. Dele Alli with Son sprinting down the left side. Doesn't play it towards the Korean. It goes to the right to Sissoko. And now it's back into the Tottenham half with Alderweireld in the centre circle with Winks. On to Vertonghen. Wonder why Ali didn't play the ball to Son. I thought the Korean had made a really good run down the left.
He
had room, Michael.
He did. I think that's the difficulty as a midfield player. He's won it on the counter-attack. All he's interested in is getting into that space. You can't always see what's furthest away. The view we have, we've seen it very, very early. But Dele decided to keep it simple.
And then he left his foot in there. And he has been yellow carded for that foul tackle on Sissoko. So that's one yellow card to Tottenham. Dyer and Mendy now joins him in the referee's book. Referee Craig Fawson tonight. A quarter of an hour gone. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. It's 0-0. Pochettino wants to talk to Eric Dyer, and Dyer sprints 50 yards to get the message from his coach. I'm sure they'll not take the free kick until Dyer's fully engaged in the game. He's having a chat, he's having a drink of water as well.
They'll wait for him to go back in. It was just looking back at that tackle there. It was quite a bad tackle, Mendy, on Sissoko. He's hitting right on the corner of the ankle. The stud goes in. It was definitely worthy of a yellow card.
Well, Dyer's telling his colleagues now, don't take the free kick till I get up to the Leicester penalty area. Let's all wait for Eric Dyer.
From the wide free kicks, Eric Dyer needs to be in the area.
Son leaves it. Davis sweeps it towards the far post, towards Lucas Moura, easily caught by Schmeichel, and Schmeichel, that's a great clearance to Gray. It was like a pass upfield from a cultured midfield player. Gray takes it forward, and then he's well tackled. Good tackle by Sissoko. It was hard, but it was fair. And Tottenham have the ball with Winks. Back to Davis. Davis in the middle of his own half. Towards the left side, then he's tackled, ball breaks out of play, and it's a throw into Tottenham.
Alan, we're just going back to Kasper Schmeichel there, the players, we call that the sidewinder, where the goalkeeper sticks it on the side like hip height, and he fizzes the ball with his right foot. It's beautiful to watch when he does that, and he got the team away very, very quickly.
It is. I mean, so many of the goalkeepers we're privileged to see now in the Premier League, Michael. You know, they can play. You know, you can imagine them in an outfield role. I think, you know, particularly of Alisson and Edison.
The back pass rule doesn't affect them now, does it?
No, not at all. You know, you see old games, the ball played back towards the goalkeeper, and he just wellies it anywhere. No longer. Tottenham have a corner from this near side of the field. Son is thinking of taking it. It might be Davis, though. If it's Davis's left foot that delivers it, it'll be an in-swinging corner. Between them, they'll make up their minds. Son right on the loft. He plays it in towards the near post. Should have left it to Davis. He easily headed away.
Yeah, there's been some disappointing deliveries so far in the game. There's good opportunities from wide free kicks from both teams. Just a little bit of quality needed.
Here's Vertonghen, who was up for that corner. He's still inside the Leicester half. Played it to Ali on the far side of the field, taken up by Lucas Moura. Now Dyer. Moura again. Centre of the Leicester half. Ali steps away from two Leicester challenges. Didn't like either of them. Glared at Ndidi on the second occasion. Gets the ball back, Ali. Now it's played towards Eric Dyer on the far side of the field. That's the Tottenham left. Neat pass infield to Ali. Ali sweeps it in the direction of Aurier, the right fullback, up to the edge of the penalty area. His attempted cross blocked by the foot of Chilwell. Aurier gets a second opportunity, playing it back to Winks. And now it's back inside the Tottenham half with Alderweireld and Vertonghen. Who's having the better of it so far, Michael?
It's what, sorry?
Who's having the better of it so far?
I think Tottenham are having the more of the possession. They're trying to control the game. I would just say, could they up the pace of it, the tempo a little bit more? Can somebody commit that Leicester back four? Can somebody, would it be Aurier down this right hand side? Would he go and commit Chilwell into the box?
That's a good ball by Alderweireld to the left side. Davis plays it low. Son inside the penalty area. Didn't quite get the ball into a position from which he could shoot. Plays it back to Sissoko. Deep cross looking for Aurier. Aurier jumped into the defender. That's clearly a free kick. Leicester.
Well, Aurier goes up to diagonal pass. Ben Chilwell does very, very well, but he looks a strong boy, does Aurier. And Ben Chilwell certainly felt that one, a bit winded.
Trippier has a resumption of a groin injury. Having a bad time at the moment, Trippier.
If you look at their injury record, it's quite bad at the moment.
Yes,
You've got Trippier, Van Foyth, Eric Lamela, Victor Wanyama, Davison Sanchez, Dembele. So this squad is strong, considering he didn't strengthen it in the summer.
Yes. That's a good free kick taken by Schmeichel. Again, accurately played towards the right side, towards Pereira. And now it's popping up down the left for Leicester City. Chilwell. Back to Maddison. Maddison chips the ball into the penalty area, but slightly ahead of his target, and it bounces once and it's behind for a goal kick.
Great attacking runs. It's a great, lovely little ball by Maddison. He sees that pass in behind Vertonghen, but it's unfortunate. It just ran away from Ndidi.
And hold on. The ball hadn't. It's a goal kick to Tottenham. How often do you see this? The goalkeeper takes it. The player he's aiming at sees he's under pressure and runs into the penalty area before he taps it back to the goalkeeper, allowing the goalkeeper to have another opportunity to take it. That has got to change, that rule. It's so stupid. Every defender knows he can get away with a poor pass. Yeah. Anyway, still 0-0. Leicester City and Tottenham. Ball's back with Pereira, the right full back for Leicester, and that's with Schmeichel. And Schmeichel glides the pass out again. That was accurately played, but Winks jumped and headed the ball deeper into the Leicester half at Tottenham. Now it's back towards the halfway line, and it's falling to Maddison. Maddison hooks it through. Ian Ash's onside, but good work by Lloris out of his penalty area quickly, decisively, and plays the ball securely to Winks. Winks hits it over the halfway line. If the goalkeeper hadn't reacted quickly enough, Michael Brown, Well, so there's a chance there.
Alan, that goes back to your point about the goalkeepers being comfortable and playing. They can play. He steps forward, he sweeps it up, and he takes the danger, just like a sweeping central defender. It was brilliant from Hugo Lloris, nice and alert.
Alderweireld back to Dyer in the D of the Tottenham penalty area, quickly out to Vertonghen. Nearly 22 minutes played here at the King Power Stadium. Not a goal so far. Key goals earlier. Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-0, and then much earlier in the day, Liverpool won 4-0 at Bournemouth. That means Liverpool are top of the table tonight, ahead of Manchester City. The other results in the Premier League today: Arsenal beat Huddersfield 1-0. Burnley had a 1-0 win against Brighton. We also saw Cardiff with a 1-0 win against Southampton. Manchester United relieved the gloom at Old Trafford, beating Fulham by 4-1. And there was quite a game at the London Stadium. West Ham beating Crystal Palace by 3-2. It's played forward by Leicester, hoping to find Maddison. But I think Aurier will clear the danger. In fact, cleverly just plays the ball off the shins of Maddison behind for a goal kick.
You're just looking there at Serge Aurier. The right full-back is playing almost as a winger. He's just received a ball off a wonderful ball off Jan Vertonghen, diagonal pass. Then he's got to run the full length of the pitch and defend. He looks like he's just struggling a little bit. He needs a breather.
Come across, have a word with Pochettino. You'll be able to have a drink then. That's what Dyer did earlier. Anyway, the ball is out of play, just ahead of Pochettino's dugout. It's going to be a throw-in to Tottenham, which Aurier will take. Leicester 0, Spurs 0. After 23 minutes of the first half here at the King Power Stadium. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. Aurier's throw-in to Lucas Moura. Back it goes to Lucas Moura. He seemed to be pulled there, turned in frustration to the referee, who gave no free kick. Anyway, Sissoko comes forward, neatly backheels the ball to Son. Son's playing much deeper than we were expecting. I thought he would play through the middle tonight.
I think he's playing Lucas Moura at the top. He's playing Lucas Moura as the false 9, and you can see Son's just been able to drift around. They're so hard to pick up. You're watching Leicester now, they can only put like a 4-5-1 block. Iniacho's trying to force the press as best he can, but the movement's so good from this Spurs team. They have really control of the ball.
Ball played forward. Lucas Moura is onside inside the penalty, pulls it back, doesn't quite find Dele Alli, intercepted by the Leicester defence, and it's cleared to safety for the home side. If you're wondering why, if you're just switching on to 5 Live, why we haven't mentioned Harry Kane or Christian Eriksen, they're not starting, they're on the bench. Decision by the coach. Certain game on Tuesday night, they're away to Barcelona. Now Winks can't get his pass beyond Iborra. It's with Maddison. Maddison's very deep, but he chips it towards Iheanacho. Neat little volley pass back by Iheanacho to Mendy. And Mendy plays it securely back to Schmeichel. No advanced thinking there. Now Schmeichel, first time ball out to the near side of the left, and Chilwell, who controls it, chipping it towards the halfway line, headed down by Alderweireld. Winks feeds it through to Ali. Ali chips it on, but it's ahead of Son, and it bounces once and into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel calling to Chilwell. I think he's calling to bring Chilwell back. Unlike Schmeichel, he smashes the ball upfield, and Iheanacho is on his own up there for Leicester, surrounded by Tottenham players.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. They've all been playing out from the back, and then you see it was like an old-fashioned punt almost from Kasper Schmeichel into Iheanacho, but he couldn't get hold of it.
Ali onto Son. Son's clear. Oh, he's offside. That's why he's clear. Free kick to Leicester.
He's very good when he gets into those opportunities. There's a great ball into Son. He gets away, but unfortunately he's just offside. But if you see his first touch, it's right across the defender. The defender can't touch him. I think he could be onside.
Well, I can't tell. I couldn't tell from my angle, and my monitor's on the blink. It refused to respond to a finger prod that would have kept the signal alive, and it's just a black screen. Like my brain. Now, here's Gray. Just a few yards outside the Tottenham penalty, feeds it through. Pereira trying to pull it back to another blue shirt, can only find a white shirt, and it's run clear to safety by Winks. Winks for Tottenham. Tackled then by Gray, and the ball's out of play for the throw-in to Spurs on the halfway line.
Just
Slight
that bit of
opportunity
quality
there, Michael,
from
for
Damari
Leicester.
Gray, you know. It's a great opportunity for him. He's maybe tired, and he just plays the ball just too big, and a great opportunity for them. But what he does, he recovers for his team with great energy and gets the ball, away from danger for this Tottenham side. And that's what it's about, that recovery. When you do something wrong, have you got that reaction to go and get the ball back for your team?
Here's Aurier for Tottenham. Back to Dyer. And Dyer, right-footed, gliding it towards Dele Alli. Ali, left edge of the penalty. Great control by the England player. Ali still has the ball, but he's being hustled away and outside of the Leicester box. Still gets the pass back to Dyer. And now Aurier. And it's back into the Tottenham half. Back all the way back to Hugo Lloris. Quickly out to Vertonghen. And Vertonghen inches towards the halfway line. Exchanges passes with Winks, and now it's with Alderweireld. Chips the ball forward. Ali's after. Ali heads the ball in towards Son, and I think it was a defender who got the header back. It was Johnny Evans heads it back securely to Schmeichel.
Great defending by Johnny Evans. He's seen the danger and just cultured header back to Schmeichel.
Dele Alli for Tottenham again. Certainly they've dominated possession. Ali back to Dyer, and Ali once more, a couple of yards in from the left touchline for Spurs. On it goes. Back from Davis. Dyer in towards Son, who let it run towards Lucas Moore. The ball squirts into the penalty area, and then it's securely headed away by Chilwell, and played to Chilwell again. Well, he thought he was caught there, and I agree with him. I think he was caught there by Aurier, and the referee didn't see it, or if he saw it, he didn't think it was a foul. Here's Ali looking for a 1-2. Ali from Lucas Moura. Ali into the penalty. His shirt was being tugged there. Pulls the ball back. Hits the defender. Rebounds behind for a corner.
It's a great give and go by Dele Alli. He's got wonderful feet. You can't touch him when he's in that penalty area. I don't know if he just gives a little nutmegs on Johnny Evans to try and get the other side. You sometimes think he could do it a little bit quicker, Dele Alli, but he's so comfortable on it. He likes taking that control of the ball, especially in the penalty area.
Really good player. So is the Korean Son, who's going to take this corner for Tottenham. Away in the far side of the field. That's the Tottenham left in the first half. And he's going to play it in right-footed. Vertonghen's in there. So too is Alderweireld. And Dyer. Play deep for Vertonghen, and Vertonghen's header well wide of goal. Goal kick.
Well, we've got two different setups now. You look at the Spurs side, they have Lucas Moura as a block on the front post for corners. Dele Alli stands central of the goal on the 6-yard area just to create that other block and four markers. Then Leicester, they go zonal. You have which zonals all of the main headers of the ball. Morgan, Johnny Evans are all on the 6-yard box waiting for that ball to be attacked, and that gives Tottenham that little advantage for Vertonghen to go on and try and win the ball.
Michael Brown's our summariser on 5 Live this Saturday evening. Half an hour played in the first half here at the King Power Stadium. Still Leicester 0, Spurs 0. It's Mendy who turns and then plays it to the far side of the field to Pereira. Pereira has Gray in field. Pereira doesn't need him. He finds Maddison instead, approaching the D of the penalty. Maddison's gone past 2 defenders, but not the third. Sissoko takes it away to safety for Spurs, and then hits it over the halfway line towards Lucas Moura. Evans gets there first, and he thinks just headed out of play. No risk taken.
That's the senior player there, Alan. He understands. He's up against Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura took the throw in. Goodness gracious. Dele Alli played it back, and I thought that Pereira was almost going to turn the ball into his own net. It was clear. It was actually Mendy back defending there, and he got it right. That was from a quick throw-in taken by Tottenham.
That's going back to the point, Alan. If they can actually just up the tempo and do it a little bit quicker, they will get opportunities, this Spurs team.
Here's Ali onto Sissoko, and now back to Aurier. It's going into the centre of the Leicester half with Winks. Back to Dyer, and Dyer being hustled, but keeps the ball for Tottenham. It's now with Alderweireld on the halfway line. Swept to his central defensive colleague Vertonghen. On it goes to Winks. Son points, saying where he wants the pass to go. It didn't go anywhere near him. Now it's with Dele Alli. Son's inside the penalty area. He's offside. Ali knew that. played the ball to the full-back, and Aurier cross-low, hits the defender and goes behind for a corner.
It was great build-up play by Spurs. Dele Alli again orchestrating the dangers for this Spurs team. They move the ball round the corners, lots of options, 1-2. Son sort of heads in an offside position. I think Dele wanted to feed him in through on goal. Aurier gets an opportunity, but it gets blocked at the front post.
Son to take the corner. 13 minutes left in the first half. 0-0 at the King Power Stadium. This is 5 Live. Son right-footed from the right side, slightly too high for Dyer, headed away by the defence. Ali collects it, approaching the halfway line, playing it back to Sissoko, and it goes all the way back to Lloris. We've been speculating, Michael, and perhaps the speculation on my part is wrong, thinking that Kane and Eriksen have been left out for Barcelona reasons. I wonder what team Barcelona will pick on Tuesday night. They've qualified. They don't care. Maybe they'd rather Inter Milan were knocked out.
Wonder what do you think Inter Milan will be thinking? Will they be looking straight away? Will this Barcelona team, will they rest everybody? It's going to be very difficult to do that.
Well, there's a foul on Madison, and it's a free kick to Leicester. 12 minutes to go to half-time here.
That's Aurier's very, very fortunate. That's it's a yellow card, just like the one we've seen. It's almost identical, actually. The studs go right down the back of his ankle. It's quite a nasty one from Aurier.
So, Madison to take the free kick. One thinks. He does, right-footed. Directed towards the far side, towards the full-back Pereira. Pereira got his head onto the ball, but didn't direct it where he wanted it. But it's now given back cheaply by the Tottenham defence to Leicester's possession. Ebora. Now it's hit back into the Leicester half. It's with Mendy, and inevitably back it goes to Schmeichel. And Schmeichel doesn't waste time clearing it, right-footed, directed towards Ebora. Ebora got it, and then he rolled over, and he's fouled. According to Craig Pawson, he thought for a second or two before he blew his whistle.
Well, it's interesting. The referee's got his work cut out now. He's making decisions. He's not sure about it. He's going back to them. He needs to be clear now. He's starting to lose. Just the players now have that doubt in him. What's he going to give? What's he doing? One yellow card, then not a yellow card.
It's for a foul by Ebora, according to the referee. When Ebora is pretty certain he was fouled. Anyway, it's a Spurs free kick. 34 minutes gone in the first half. Not really a strong effort on goal by either side.
No, there hasn't. There's been poor efforts really. Teams are trying. Both teams are trying to turn the opposition round and get into the areas. It's a little bit quicker needed from this Spurs team.
That ball was allowed to travel by Leicester and almost kept in play by Davis, the Spurs fullback, who was up inside the Leicester penalty area, but he heads it behind for a goal kick which Schmeichel will take. So I repeat, it'll get better, but the story of the day in the Premier League is Manchester City losing 2-0 at Chelsea, and Liverpool, courtesy of their 4-0 win at Bournemouth, going top of the Premier League tonight. Leicester in possession over the halfway line. Mendy running powerfully forward, then Alderweireld dives in, squirts the ball away with a sliding tackle to Ali, and Ali puts it straight out of play. I'm sure that was a missed kick by Ali.
Just below us, Alan, we've got a certain Harry Kane just doing his warm-ups. It'll be interesting to see what part he comes on. I'm sure they won't want to use him today. I'm sure they'll be hoping that they can get a lead, but it's looking like he might need to come on around the hour mark.
Indeed, because they can't ignore the fact, Tottenham, that if they win the game, they'll be 6 points off the top of the table tonight, when it would have been 9 before that Manchester City defeat. 6 points behind Liverpool if they win here at the King Power Stadium. They're not winning at the moment. It's 0-0. Mendy got that pass through to Madison. Madison did the right thing. He ignored Iheanacho. He played it towards the left, towards Chilwell, but Chilwell didn't control the ball, and it's out of play for a throw-in. I
was just going to say how I've been impressed with Chilwell as he bombs down the left-hand wing with his season so far, like as his technical ability, his passing range. He's got a lovely left foot, and just as he does that, he misses the ball completely, and it goes out for a throw-in. But he's certainly had a great start to the season.
9 minutes to half-time, 0-0. Winks to Davis for Tottenham and back to Dyer. Dyer, who spends a lot of his time sort of rooted between the central defensive partnership of Alderweireld and Vertonghen. Now it's on the halfway line in possession of Dele Alli. Now Alderweireld looking for Son. The defender Morgan read that well. Morgan intercepts and it's cleared for Leicester. Here's Chilwell running forward and runs out of possession. Lucas Moura robs him with the ball. Dele Alli now inside right channel. Ali gets past the defender Evans, and well, if that's not a free kick, it's a dive by Ali, and Evans is protesting to the referee Craig Pawson that he should do something about it.
Well, Johnny Evans is not very, very happy with Dele Alli. He's saying he's dived and he's gone down very, very early, and he has. Dele has. Johnny's really not happy.
Here's Iheanacho now, forward into the Tottenham penalty area, surrounded by white shirts. Where's the support? Plays it back to Pereira. Mendy's available too. Pereira on his left foot. That's a good ball towards the near side, towards the left, towards Maddison. Now there are blue shirts and evidence in attacking position. The cross into the penalty, or at least it was looking as if it was going into the penalty area. Actually, it was cleared by Tottenham very easily. Now, I don't think Sissoko's got the pace, so he's got to hold up the ball. He's got Ali and Son to his left. Oh, why did he try to be clever? I mean, there was an easy pass he could have played. Instead, he tried to flick it through the legs of a defender, thinking we'd all be applauding him for that, and he got it completely wrong.
It was a fantastic run, one of those runs right through the middle. Sissoko, as you said, he didn't think he had the pace, he slowed it down. He had Son overlapping and Dele Alli. It was a clear pass if he plays it early. Morgan comes over, he shows him a nutmeg, he tries to go for it and Morgan sees it and blocks it off. Well defended really, but if he passed it earlier, they would have been in.
Indeed, Winks for Tottenham. Back to Dyer on the halfway line. And now it's Alderweireld on to his full-back, Aurier, back to Alderweireld and played deeper still by Spurs to Dyer. Now it's Winks to Vertonghen. Davis is free down the left-hand side. I suppose that Pereira's keeping an eye on him, so the ball goes down the Tottenham right instead. Now it's Vertonghen again. Davis is once more available by that far touchline. Vertonghen slips the ball to his right, square to Sissoko. Now to Winks. Sissoko. There's not much pace about Tottenham. Lucas Moura tackled, foul tackle. The player doth protest, but it's a free kick.
I think what the referee gives there, he wins the ball, but it's his second leg. It's like a scissor effect. Indeed, and that's why he gets it. It's the second one that goes. It is a foul. He is frustrated. A few years ago, I think he'd have got away. I'd have certainly got away with a couple of those. But
no,
that one,
you never
that
foul
one
tackled.
there. That one there, it's his second.
I witnessed your career. You never foul tackled, not once.
I lined you up on 39 minutes, Mr. Green. I waited for it.
Tackle a couple of thousand times. Michael Bryan, our summariser on 5 Live this Saturday evening. Now Tottenham's free kick surely is too far out to have a puppet goal. It's a long way. Now Davis is there. Son is there. Well, maybe Son thinks he can. He's looking across to Pochettino for permission. Here's the free kick, right-footed. What a waste of space. He just belts it behind for a goal kick practically. Shocking.
Very, very poor execution. What they do there, Alan, is they put the valve, they face the valve to the front so that you hit on the valve on the top of the ball and the ball's supposed to wobble. And that's what he's gone for. So it either goes very, very well or very, very bad.
I was going to say that's the technical explanation for a complete waste of a free kick.
I think that's what he's looking. He's looking across to say, can I try it? The boys try that in training regular, and sometimes they come off and sometimes they don't.
Here's an opportunity for Iheanacho. No, not quite. He's offside. He made his move too early. So 5 minutes left in the first half. We await the first goal here between Leicester and Tottenham. Alderweireld takes the free kick, playing it back to Lloris, who I'm sure hasn't had a save to make. In fact, has Schmeichel had a save to make?
No. As I say, opportunities have been scarce. There's been some good play, some bad play in the middle of the park. Indeed. No real creativity chances in the actual penalty areas.
Here's Gray from Ndidi's pass, and he tries to return it. Well, Indeed, he couldn't collect it. Chilwell almost made a hash of it, but he does keep the ball in play, plays it back to Iborra, and now it's with Wes Morgan. And Morgan, right-footed, in towards Iheanacho, laid off, but not collected by Mendy. Still low, Leicester have the ball. It's with Gray. Back to Evans. And Evans, simple pass is chosen by the Northern Ireland International. It just hit to Ndidi. Now Iborra collects. Back it goes to Evans. And inevitably it's back to Schmeichel. So we had a few passes then, and then they knocked it back to their goalkeeper. Even though we know that Schmeichel can hit a good ball upfield, as he did on that occasion, finding Pereira. But it's back to Schmeichel again. And Schmeichel, this time, gives it to Welly. Straight out of play.
And that's the
This
difficulty.
isn't good. There's no disguising this. It's not good.
It's poor quality, and that's what you get there. You're trying to move the ball around. They want to try and play, but ultimately, as I say, they could have went back to front like he did with more time on the ball earlier than he has done. Iheanacho has actually done okay. He's been available and held it up okay.
Yeah, yes, he has. But it's Alderweireld, one of the men marking Iheanacho usually, who has the ball for Tottenham at the moment. It's with Dyer, back to Iheanacho and on to Vertonghen. And Vertonghen has room if he wants to move forward. He is just at walking pace at the moment. Then he passes sideways to Alderweireld. Leicester 0, Spurs 0. Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen on the bench. For how much longer? Certainly Kane. If Tottenham have Premier League ambitions this season, I'm sure they do, they can't just hold Kane back for the Barcelona game. Got to get him involved tonight.
It's such a difficult one, this. As a player, you're going to play at Barcelona on Tuesday evening with a chance to progress in the Champions League. It's human nature that they'll be all looking. They've got one eye looking at that over their shoulders. They'll be thinking, I don't want to get injured, I want to play in that game, or how can I also impress? It's such a fine line where they can go as a player what you do.
See, you think that Harry Kane wouldn't have chosen not to play tonight. He'll have been told by Pochettino, but he won't have been so disappointed.
I don't think he would with that game, and that's a strange thing. Not that he doesn't want to play in this game. He thinks there's goals here for him tonight at this Leicester team, but he knows pretty much, without a real freak injury, etc., in training that we don't want to see, he's going to play on Tuesday.
Indeed. Tottenham throw-in. Goes back to Alderweireld. Quickly on to Winks in the centre circle. Winks is Davis down the left flank. Davis relatively unmarked. Winks is thinking about it, but instead places the ball towards the right, towards Son. Son on now. And the ball played in from the full-back Aurier. Not particularly well played in. Easily intercepted by Leicester. Cleared to the lone man up front, Iheanacho, who's working so hard, but isn't really getting much service.
But we just look there, Iheanacho just leaves this one, he doesn't go and chase it, and the Leicester supporters are all saying, why are you not running after? Why are you not changing? They have to understand he's playing that as a lone striker. He's doing so much work, he has to conserve his energy for the right times.
Quite right, Michael. Vertonghen with a loose pass forward. Here's Maddison, midway inside his own half. Maddison back to Morgan, on to the full-back Pereira. And Pereira into Maddison again. Maddison, well, he was surrounded by white shirts and unsurprisingly lost it. Here's one of them, Dele Alli, onto Son, towards Dele Alli again, into the penalty area. Oh, great tackle. Fabulous challenge by Wes Morgan.
Absolutely fantastic defending from Wes Morgan. But I must go back, Dele Alli, that was like a Rolls Royce cutting right through the centre of Leicester City. It was an amazing move. At the speed he's doing it, to have that technical and that finesse of touch, brilliant from Dele Alli.
Yeah, without Morgan, that was the best chance in the first half. Might have been the first goal in the first half. But we're into time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. Still 0-0. Here's Aurier. He's not really a right back, he's so far forward usually. Finds Son. Son screams a great goal! Left-footed, beyond Schmeichel, into the right-hand side of the goal as Schmeichel was glaring back at it. Wonderful strike from the Korean. A goal out of nothing. Leicester 0, Spurs 1.
This is what he gives. Son, he just pushes it onto his left foot. You can't allow him the space that they just have, but it's a wonderful strike into the top corner with his left foot. You see it coming, we've got a great angle, we're right behind it, and he just cuts his foot on the outside of the ball and curls it right in the far top corner. Amazing skill.
Harry, resume your seat.
Harry's just gone for a cup of tea.
Wow. I'm sure that's what Pochettino was hoping for in the first half. You know, score with this odd selection, and then Tottenham really will have the strength to see out 3 points. That was a great goal from Son.
Great goal. We're just watching Harry Kane there celebrating on the bench with all his teammates. You know, he's pleased. He'll want to be out there, but it's all about Son. What a goal.
So, in added time at the end of the first half, and there is the whistle for half time. The best piece of football in the game so far. It came from the Korean. Beautiful goal.
It was an amazing goal. We've touched on quality. Both teams have tried to make things happen, maybe a little bit quicker here and there. They've tried to turn each team, but we talk about quality. That's the difference when we mention about goals, no Vardy. What can Leicester bring? Great work rate, but that's the quality that Tottenham possess in their squad.
Spurs lead 1-0.
Is it something we've said? There's 2 T-shirts come right at me and Alan. It's not good.
Right, there are no changes in personnel for the start of the second half. No need for Harry Kane at the moment. Tottenham lead 1-0. Leicester's 11 is as follows. Goalkeeper Schmeichel. The defence is Pereira, Morgan, Evans and Chilwell. Then in midfield we've got Mendy, Ndidi and Iborra. Then further forward, Gray, Madison and Iheanacho. Spurs goalkeepers Lloris. Their defence, Aurier, Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Davis, who Dyer frequently pops up there when he's not in midfield. If he's in midfield, he's alongside Winks and Sissoko. Then it's Ali, Lucas Moura and Son, scorer of a beautiful goal in added time at the end of the first half, the Korean. I would say it was almost out of keeping with the first half, but you know, the fact that it was the first shot on target says everything. But it was beautiful. Well worth watching a match of the day tonight. Here's Winks for Spurs. Winks in their white shirts, navy shorts and white socks, playing from right to left in this second half, leading by a 0-0. Leicester all in blue. No Vardy, not even on the bench. Vardy is recovering from injury. Throw-in taken by Pereira to Iheanacho. Iheanacho turns well. He's beaten 2 Tottenham players. And then Winks goes in to make a challenge. Iheanacho holds him off, plays it back to Pereira. Pereira infield to Mendy, and back it goes to Evans onto the far side of the field, and Madison collects it inside left channel. Good start to the second half by Leicester. Madison again to the left side in Chilwell, into Madison just outside the penalty area. Turning back though, and has to play the ball back towards the halfway line towards Evans, but Tottenham standing firm inside their own half at the moment, with everyone behind the ball, which is in the possession of Leicester City. Here's Gray to Morgan. Morgan provided a wonderful challenge on Ali to prevent a goal just before Son actually scored one. Here is Son. Son holding off what looked like a foul challenge by Pereira. Good advantage play with the referee. It played in by Davis into the penalty area. Mic'd up towards Ali, palmed away by Schmeichel. What's Schmeichel screaming at the assistant for?
I think he thinks there was should have been a flag. Dele Alli looked in an offside position. It certainly looked that way to me.
Well, he let his feelings be known, Schmeichel, and he got away with it. Here's Ali with Sissoko to his right. Sissoko now back to Aurier to Dyer, and Dyer, simple pass forward, so simple it was easily intercepted by Iborra. And now Leicester can counter-attack here. It's played towards Iheanacho. It didn't run kindly for Iheanacho, but he kept possession. Plays it on to Chilwell. Chilwell pulls it back to where there wasn't a blue shirt, and is cleared easily by Tottenham. Lucas Moura. So good work by Lucas Moura. Streaks it on to Dele Alli. Son's ahead of him, and now sprinting up from the left side is Winks. Ali plays it into Son instead. That was the wrong option. Winks was in a great position, but ignored. Tottenham keep the ball though. It's back with Dyer. Second goal now would surely kill off Leicester City, however early in the second half it is. Son chips it into Ali, back to Son, onto his left foot. That provided that brilliant first goal. Not on this occasion, a second goal.
Well, he did a little step over this time. Before he took on the shot, did Son. He come onto his left foot. He thought, can I do it again? There's poor execution on this occasion. But we're just watching Dele Alli. It's all about him at the moment. He received the ball on the half turn. How he got away from Johnny Evans with it, to take the touch on the back foot, was sublime. He just kept a hold of it a little bit too long. But another piece of brilliance from Dele Alli.
Ali, Ericsson, and someone called Harry Kane will surely be starting on Tuesday night when Tottenham are away to Barcelona. Poor clearance by Schmeichel, intercepted by Ali. Ali has another opportunity, onto Son. Son, the penalty shoots, deflects off a defender, Morgan, and behind for a corner.
Well, we've talked about his kick in as Kasper Schmeichel. It was a poor kick through the middle. Tottenham obviously got it right into Dele Alli. He keeps it alive. It's poor goalkeeping.
If that was targeted directly at my face, it was a pretty good effort.
He's had 5 or 6 goals.
Oh dear, he's not that much of a marksman. Anyway, corner to Spurs. Son takes it, drives it in right-footed, headed away by Leicester. Ali keeps it in play on the far side of the field. That's the Tottenham right. Ball into the near post, one bounce and it's through to Schmeichel.
That's better from Kasper. Good hands, Kasper Schmeichel. You know the qualities he's got as a goalkeeper. He's got a wonderful right foot, so we don't expect him to do the mistakes that he's just done, previously.
I have a vivid memory of Kasper, which as soon as the break and play, I'll tell not only you about, but everybody about listening on 5 Live. Meantime, it's Leicester in possession with Gray. Gray plays the ball into the penalty area towards Iheanacho, intercepted by Tottenham. Maddison knocks it forward and it's harmlessly through to Lloris. He was sitting in the commentary position the night that Mourinho's Porto knocked Manchester United out of the Champions League. Schmeichel, his dad, was my summariser, and when Porto scored late in the game, well, Peter couldn't say anything. He was speechless, and I said, Peter, you can't speak. And then I saw Kasper, who was in tears. I mean, because of his dad, he grew up a Manchester United fan, so there's no shame in not telling anything that he wouldn't repeat himself. Anyway, Leicester's team on the attack, but the shot was high behind by Chilwell. Goal kick.
Good pressure from Leicester. We're watching again. We've been talking a lot about goalkeepers' contribution from the back. All 3 Leicester, who we got Gray, Iheanacho, Maddison, all trying to press the ball from the front, and it's causing Tottenham problems.
Well, that's well kept in play on the far side by Aurier. It was an awkward ball played to him by Lloris. And now Tottenham drive it towards the left side. Dele Alli tried to shuffle the defender into a mistake, and then Ali wins the ball back. Forward to Lucas Moore. There was a foul on Ali. The referee played the advantage. Sissoko now for Tottenham over the halfway line, towards the far side, towards the right. He's got Aurier, the full-back, available. Plays it to him. Now it's back to Dyer. When Aurier breaks forward, he's so adventurous. Dyer immediately drops back into a defensive position. Now it's played back by Alderweireld to Lloris. Exasperation expressed by the Leicester supporters. Tottenham lead 1-0. Ali on to Davis. Davis can't get it back to Ali, and it's with Pereira for Leicester City. Yeboah now shoots it to Schmeichel. Schmeichel can't lift the ball, just plays a simple pass out to Evans, and Evans halfway inside his own half now. Evans left-footed, hoping that he could find Chilwell with a pass. Headed back into the Leicester half by Tottenham, but won by Leicester again. Maddison with Gray to his right. Taken up now by Gray. Gray steps inside onto his left foot, shoots quite deliberately towards the far post, but without the pace to trouble Lloris.
Exact same area as it was from Son. It was a great little piece of skill from Damari Gray. He wants to get back onto his left foot. He tries that curler into the far corner, but not as much execution or quality as we've seen the first half of Son. Very, very comfortable down to the right-hand side of Hugo Lloris.
8 minutes gone in the second half. remains as it was at half-time, the scoreline. Leicester 0, Tottenham 1. Beautiful goal by Son. This man here in the centre circle, trying to feed it through towards Lucas Moore, head to Leicester player, and rebounds into the Tottenham half. Vertonghen to Davis, in towards Dyer. Dyer looking for Son. Good interception that by Pereira. Pereira holds off 2 challenges. Unfortunately, the referee, he saw a foul, but Leicester was still in possession. He might have played advantage there. He didn't. It's a free kick.
It was a brilliant piece of skill. It was a free kick. He's gliding through the middle there. It was Pereira. But rightly so. It's a wonderful piece of skill. He takes it with one foot onto the other foot whilst turning round. It was brilliant to watch.
Gazelle and Albrighton are about to come on as substitutes for Leicester, but not before this free kick is taken. Madison, right-footed, swirls it in towards the edge of the penalty area. There was a header on. I think it also hit a defender and may have gone behind for a corner kick, but no, there was no flag from the assistant. So the frustration of the Leicester fans that their team didn't get a corner they think it was merited. Well, I wonder, they got to support Albrighton. They need to support Albrighton.
Well, that was a definite corner. We've just seen the replay with Wes Morgan, rightly so, not happy about it. It was clearly out. Poor board decision from the officials.
So I didn't mean Albrighton supporting him. I meant Iheanacho, who I feel sorry for tonight. He's working really hard, but hasn't enough players around him. Nice play back to Reece. Clears it to Aurier.
It's such a difficult one, whether you actually commit more bodies forward against this Spurs team and lose that possession in the middle of the park. So it'll be interesting to see what his change is now and how he goes and what formation he tries to get back into this game.
Well, he's not getting support here, Ian. Actually, he's being replaced. Gazelle is coming on. And who's the other player making way? It's Iborra. Albrighton on for Iborra. Well, Iborra has been a defensive midfield player tonight, so that's an attacking move made by Claude Puel.
Yeah, it is. He's got to make something happen now. It's on the hour mark, so he's certainly looking to try and get back in this game as early as he can. But you've got to concentrate against this Spurs team in the middle of the park. That's where they're so strong.
35 minutes to go. Tottenham lead 1-0. That was very awkwardly played by Lloris. Davis had to head it back into play, and now it's out for a throw-in to Leicester. It's Pereira, the right full-back, who's going to take it. And Gazelle couldn't take that up. Sissoko runs it away for Spurs. He looks such a powerful player. He's not the quickest, but he's got over the halfway line now. He's made 50 yards of progress at least, and he's still going. He's won a throw-in deep inside the Leicester half. Well done, Sissoko.
He's starting to win the Spurs supporters over now. It's a difficult start for him. We've seen Pochettino mention about his qualities, and he's found it hard, and he said he backed him and to stay with it, keep doing what you're doing. He had that belief in now, and now he's a regular starter for the team.
Tottenham play the throw-in, eventually back into their own half. It's with Lloris. What they have, they intend holding on to. That's a 1-0 lead here at the King Power Stadium. It's chipped towards Dele Alli, and Ali takes the pass on his chest, then flicks it forward but loses possession. Then Dyer's there to head it back to Ali. It bounces off Ali's forehead. I think he would have preferred a pass to his feet. Now Davis sweeps it forward. Lucas Moore chases after it. Evans has to be careful here. Heads it carefully and powerfully back towards Schmeichel. Schmeichel bowls the ball out underarm to Evans. On now. Back by Albrighton. Here's Ndidi to Mendy. And Mendy up to the centre circle. Oh dear. His pass split the difference between two Leicester players, and now Tottenham can attack here. Dele Alli's on the far side. It's with Son, left side of the penalty area, chipping it towards Ali. This is 2-0. It is 2-0. Heads it past the goalkeeper Schmeichel, and that was all as a result of an error by Mendy.
It is again. You lose possession against this Spurs side, you will be punished. It's amazing. The run through, it was a poor execution from Lucas Moura. If the ball was better, Son was in on goal. It went wider. He managed to have all the time in the world. Dele Alli still unmarked on the back post. He just curled the ball. Dele Alli, a little diving header just past the outreach to Schmeichel. It was comfortable because of the quality of the ball for him just to head home to make it 2-0 Spurs.
Spurs are going back into third place in the Premier League tonight. They're leading by 2-0, and they look largely untroubled here. Reminding you, at the top of the Premier League table tonight, Liverpool on 42 points. Then a point behind them, Manchester City, 41, because they lost 2-0 at Chelsea. Spurs are then 6 points, or will be 6 points behind Liverpool, and 2 points behind Tottenham, Chelsea and Arsenal. It just squeezed up a little bit, all because of that Manchester City defeat.
Can they win the league?
Who?
Spurs?
No. No, I don't think so. I think listening to Robbie Savage earlier on 606, I think he's right. I think I wouldn't be giving the title to Manchester City just yet, but I think City are likely to win the title, with Liverpool their nearest challengers.
It's such an interesting one now with obviously it's Liverpool or Manchester City. It was always going to be that case. I never thought in any way that Liverpool could actually do it, but it just shows you now it's wide open, and over the season you would expect City's quality to come through.
Liverpool will be playing at Manchester City on January the 3rd. Here's Maddison for Leicester, trying to feed the ball through to Gray. He's a central role now, but it's intercepted by Tottenham and cleared up to score their second goal. Ali into Lucas Moura, who tried to head the ball back to Ali, but it's collected by Chilwell. Chilwell running forward, finds Albrighton on his right foot. Playing it back, and now it's played forward to Maddison. Maddison inside right channel, just left-footed, easily blocked by Tottenham. And here's Son, scorer of the wonderful first Tottenham goal. Finding Lucas Moura. Let's say he lacked technique there in his control of the ball. He just ran out of play for a throw-in.
It's such a difficult one. He's just tried to flick a header on to nowhere, and he's obviously getting a little bit tired now playing as that striker, as the 9. He comes over and he actually trips over the ball, nobody near him, and it falls out of play and he falls flat on his face.
He'll have a nightmare about it tonight. But it won't matter so much for Lucas Moura if Tottenham hold on to this 2-goal lead. A Leicester goal now might make it interesting. Albrighton on his right foot. There's a ball into the penalty area in the direction of Maddison, headed away by Tottenham. Ali finding Son. Son held off by Ndidi. And now it's back in Leicester's possession. Just for the moment, Tottenham being put under a little bit of pressure here. Gazal, the substitute, plays it to the right towards Pereira. Pereira's cross. Was that a handball? That's what they were claiming, Leicester. It wasn't obvious from where I was watching, and the referee certainly didn't think there was anything wrong. Free kick to Tottenham, edge of the centre circle. Ali's about to take it. We passed the 61-minute mark. Tottenham lead by 2-0. Dyer takes a free kick short to Winks onto Lucas Moura. No need to bring Harry Kane or Ericsson on in these circumstances. He's
certainly hoping not, and it'll be interesting to see whether he takes his Son off or Dele Alli coming into the hour mark. He'll certainly be considering it, and won't be surprised if he does one of those substitutions very, very shortly.
Okay, we'll look out for it. Throw into Tottenham on the far side of the field, taken by Aurier to Winks. Winks runs forward, ran into Ndidi. Ndidi with another interception as it was played forward by Aurier, but Tottenham have it back, and Lloris, the goalkeeper and captain, clears it long, left-footed in the direction of Lucas Moura. He's beaten twice in the air by Pereira. Tottenham win the ball back to him, and it's hooked forward by Vertonghen over the halfway line. Chilwell heads it back towards the halfway line. Indeed, he brings it under control on the floor, feeds it forward. There's a poor pass though, didn't reach Chilwell. Chilwell persists trying to take it back off Tottenham, but he can't do so, and now it's Sissoko running it towards the halfway line. Then Chilwell's persistence stops the run forward of Sissoko. and leads Spurs to making a temporary error. In fact, not one error, 2 errors taken up by Ndidi. Ball almost breaks towards the edge of the penalty to Maddison. Maddison goes down thinking he's got a free kick. Referee says no. It's Winks for Tottenham. On to Son on the far side of the field. 18 minutes played in the second half. You're listening to 5 Live in the BBC. Now there's a foul. And is that Chilwell or Albright who's the guilty party?
Yeah, it's definitely a yellow card on Son. Albrighton just brought him down, received his yellow card. It was a late one. He was trying to get the ball, but Son just too quick for him and too clever. Wonderful feet when you watch him go. He can go left side, right side, as we've seen before. He's not bothered which one he shoots with. Wonderful ability.
Let me remind you of the Premier League results today. The first game was Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4. Then the 3 o'clock kickoffs: Arsenal 1, Huddersfield 0, Burnley 1, Brighton 0, Cardiff 1, Southampton 0, Manchester United 4, Fulham 1, and West Ham 3, Crystal Palace 2. Then finally, or before this game, Chelsea 2, Manchester City 0. Liverpool top the table, 1 point ahead of Manchester City. Spurs 2-0 up here at Leicester, poised to go third again. Son with the free kick, inside right channel, played in towards Vertonghen. Not sure if Vertonghen knew whether to try to strike it with his foot or headed the ball. Did neither, and it's behind for a goal kick.
It was a great ball in from Son. We just talked about left foot, right foot. This time he goes with his right foot. It's an out swinging free kick. Just Vertonghen just couldn't get on the end of it, but a wonderful ball.
Schmeichel takes a goal kick short for Morgan, and now falls out of play. Off Son, throw in for Pereira to take for Leicester. Maddison's available, but Maddison wasn't chosen initially, but he gets the ball now and he's fouled, and it's a free kick. Maddison's rolling about a bit. In these circumstances, with barely 25 minutes to go, he needs to get to his feet and let the free kick happen and hope that they score from it.
He's got such good feet as Maddison. You know, it's again another wide free kick. Can they make it count? They've got Johnny Evans, Morgan, so they've got the aerial ability. Tottenham go very, very high. The line's right outside of the area, so there's space in behind, but it's just the timing of the run to get in.
Gazal is near the free kick, so too is Maddison. Surely it'll be Maddison. Chilwell is now up towards the penalty area, along with 5 other Leicester colleagues. It's swept in by Maddison, headed away, and then Morgan on the volley. Oh, sorry, it's not Morgan on the volley, it's Ndidi, right-footed over the crossbar.
Again, you've got to miss that front post. Ben Davies clears the header. You must miss him. It looked like he had the potential of a good ball in, but 14 must miss the first man.
Eriksson is coming on, replacing Lucas Moura. Gives him a few minutes. Still no Harry Kane. Still no need for Kane. Not at 2-0. Not when Leicester aren't really pressing and threatening to score. Instead it's Tottenham on the attack here. That was well read though by Evans. Evans clears it right-footed down the right touch line, headed on for Leicester, but Eriksson's first touch. Back to Winks. And then inside of play, and it's a throw into Leicester. Davis didn't get that pass right to Eriksson. Pereira to take it for Leicester. Gazal in towards Mendy. Was that a foul on Winks? It wasn't. It's a free kick. And Pochettino taking an opportunity to have a word with Dele Alli. It's a discussion.
He's on the pitch. I thought you weren't allowed to go on the pitch these days now as a manager.
Well, you get £8,000 fine.
Will he get fined then?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Well, what was your take on that? We're talking about Jurgen Klopp.
It was such a bizarre moment in the 95th minute. We have to understand, we want passion and we want that. Yes, the distance that he's gone on, we understand why he's done it. He's paying the fine because I think the FA have no choice. They have to sort of set the tone to say no manager can run on the pitch, but make it a little bit clearer. It was just sheer emotion, though. We have to understand and take that into account.
The only thing I ever witnessed reminiscent on what Klopp did was David Pleat running on when Luton at Manchester City managed to avoid relegation. And I mentioned David Pleat because he's actually present here tonight. Great man.
He signed me for Spurs, actually.
Did
David
he?
Pleat, yeah.
Did he really?
He knows his stuff, I think.
So it wasn't all about delicate players then.
He must have thought I was delicate. He didn't realise. Lovely man, very, very knowledgeable.
Absolutely wonderful.
Still now, I met him only a few weeks ago, and he's talking about 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, every age player. He knows everybody.
Knows his stuff, David. A great colleague over the years. Ball's out of play on the far side of the field. So throw in to Leicester, taken quickly. Here's Albrighton. Albrighton crosses in, easily headed away by Vertonghen. And then Sissoko let it run. And when he barges into the Leicester player, the ball's out of play. It's going to be a throw in on the far side of the field to Leicester. And it's run forward by Gray. Gray into the penalty. Gray trying to pass the ball to a colleague. I think the referee got that right. Gray aimed across the ball, it hit Alderweireld, rebounded onto Gray and went behind for a goal kick.
He's going at such quick pace. He's trying to make something happen for his team. Again, that bit of quality. We're watching Hugo Lloris now play out from the back. He's under pressure. We've seen Manchester City do it at regular occasions with Ederson. It helps when you're 2 up to have that confidence to keep playing. They're being pressed and chased by this Leicester team, but they just take chance after chance. Very, very comfortable on the football.
Ball's out for a Tottenham throw-in. They lead by 2-0, and we've got a fraction over 20 minutes left for play here at the King Power Stadium. First goal scored by Son in added time at the end of the first half, and then Ali got the second 12 minutes into the second half. It's with Aurier on the far side of the field, the Tottenham right back. On to Sissoko. Sissoko with 2 Leicester players going across there to challenge him. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw into Tottenham. Doesn't look as if Spurs are under any great threat here, Michael.
Leicester need to make something happen very, very quickly. They need to go for it, but the danger they've got by doing that is this Tottenham side can punish you, the likes of Eriksen, Son and Dele Alli.
They've got the ball at the moment, Tottenham. Alderweireld then drives it towards this near touchline, the left. Mistake by Pereira, the full-back, allowed Davis to get to the ball. Eriksen's there, so too is Ali. Ali inside left channel, good work by Dele Alli. Finding Davis. Davis plays the ball towards the far post, a header down by Aurier, the right full-back, bounce once and over the crossbar.
Great vision, great balance of Dele Alli to find that pass. Davies coming round the outside, there's a lovely ball in. On the opposite fullback we've talked about, you've got that insurance of having Eric Dyer in front of the central defenders. The fullbacks can go right on. Aurier back post, heads it down and just over the bar.
Goal kick for Schmeichel to take. Schmeichel trying to encourage the players upfield to get a goal, to get back into this game with a chance of a point. Header on from the left side towards Gray. Alderweireld gets there first, run back by Albrighton. Gray again, running it in towards Maddison. Didn't get the pass right, and it's cleared by Tottenham and out of a Leicester head, out of play for a throw into Spurs.
He's had his work cut out, Kasper Schmeichel. Yesterday he was at the school fair, actually just seeing Father Christmas with his children. Looking forward to this game, so he got a night at home with his family. And now he's got to come to this game today, and can't try and keep out that Son effort. It was a wonderful effort.
Shows you how old I am. I remember him as a child.
Amazing. He's done very, very well to follow in the footsteps.
It's not amazing. It's worrying that I remember
such
him
a wonderful
as a
father and a wonderful goalkeeper.
Harry Kane could be coming on shortly for Tottenham, even though Spurs lead by 2-0. Pereira crosses into the Tottenham penalty area, and it's headed carefully behind by Aurier for the corner. So he is going to get a run out, Harry Kane. Going to get a quarter of an hour or so. Could be an important win this for Spurs, taking them back up to third place in the Premier League, and that much closer to the leaders. 6 points behind tonight, and not the 8 or 9 that it might have been. Corner for Leicester City from the left side, played in right-footed, hooked high and deep, and well defended that, headed clear by Eric Dyer. Now it's back to Gazal. Gazal sweeps the ball in deep into the penalty area, and Morgan's there. Morgan can't control it. It's behind, goal kick.
Unfortunate Morgan just on the back post, couldn't actually keep it in, but it's good pressure from Leicester, a little bit better. It's just a strange one now. Harry Kane coming onto the pitch, Alan. I'm not sure. I wouldn't put him on. So, but the first question afterwards for me, yes, you've not played him. You're winning 2-0. Now, why take the risk?
Why bother? I don't understand it either. Well, in the absence of an explanation from Pochettino before the game, you assume that he left Eriksen and Kane out to save them for Barcelona, and he'd only use them tonight if Tottenham were in trouble, and they're not in trouble.
Well, they're not. They look very, very comfortable at this moment in time. I think if it went to 2-1, yes, Harry Kane, can he come on? But if he gets injured now, he's going to be criticised again. I just don't. Such a huge player for this side, pivot at the top. We talked about creativity in the first half. His goal record second to none, and to play in Barcelona is such a crucial game. Just keep him on the bench.
To be fair, I think Son will play in the Camp Nou. He's a really good player for Tottenham Hotspur. He's got a brilliant goal tonight, the Korean. Ball's out for a throw into Spurs on the halfway line on the far side of the field there, right. And we've got 16 minutes left to play here at the King Power Stadium. Leicester heading for defeat. Throw in taken by Aurier towards Harry Kane. Kane's header back, didn't find a white shirt. And it's Ndidi. And on now, fed by Maddison to the left-hand side. And Albrighton onto Chilwell. Chilwell into Maddison again. Inside left channel. Neat touch from Maddison. Gray's there. Gray, there's too many defenders around, but the ball squirts to Pereira. Pereira, the right fullback. It's up inside the Tottenham penalty area. Playing it back to Ndidi. Ndidi towards Pereira again. But if Tottenham get the ball here, there's a counter-attack on. That looked like a foul challenge on Eriksen. Not given by the officials. The assistant had a clear view of that offence. And now he sees clearly Eriksen hasn't chested the ball back into play. It's out for a throw-in to Leicester.
It was a pleasure to watch Eriksen there. It's a little bit of showboating on the line. It was out, but he brings it down with sheer class. Brilliant. On his chest. Wonderful. So it's just that he has got great ability. Wonderful right foot. It's a shame we haven't seen him more this evening.
It's clear towards Harry Kane. Kane rushes over the halfway line, putting a little bit of pressure on Johnny Evans, but Evans gets it back now to Schmeichel. And Schmeichel hits it over the halfway line. Alderweireld heads it away to Sissoko. Back to Aurier. Forward to Kane. Good football from Spurs. Winks. Sissoko's offside, so he'd better check back. He's not involved. Winks knew that. He couldn't play the ball to him. Instead, it's a 1-2 played with Eriksen. Quickly on to Davis. Now Winks again. Winks has had a good match. Winks runs away from a Leicester challenge. Plays it to his left to Davis. In it goes now to Eriksen inside the penalty area. Pulled back in the direction of Kane, but it comes back off the shins of Ndidi behind for a corner.
Brilliant. Harry Winks running the show now. He's enjoying that freedom in the middle of the park. I'm interested to see how he goes with his career now, Harry Winks. He's settled into a first team regular. I love watching him. Keep it simple. He's a wonderful, talented player.
We're going to have to have another change here, because I think Aurier is down and will no longer be taking part in the game. He's not. So Kyle Walker-Peters is coming on. That's a determined substitution. I didn't see what happened to Aurier. And Okazaki, surely, for Leicester City. I always rate Okazaki. I think he's an underrated player. And when I see him start for Leicester, he makes things happen. And certainly in the absence of Jamie Vardy, you'd think he'd have found his way into this team.
I think he obviously thinks that Iheanacho is that's that more mobility, that bit more power that he possesses to play that line. We always question about managers, what they're thinking, what they're doing. It'd be great to sit down with them in more detail and see really why they do it and what are the choices and reasons behind it.
So that's the Tottenham change. Walker-Peters on for Aurier. Tottenham corner to come. Okazaki's not coming on before this corner. So, is the delivery good? Well, it's short, that's for certain. The ball played back to Eriksen, and on it goes, and that's unfortunate. Winks slips, and Davis's pass is beyond him, and it's behind for a goal kick. So Okazaki will get 12, 13 minutes, something like that. but they're 2 goals down, Leicester, and truthfully they haven't looked as if they were going to get back into the game. Who's he replacing? Mendy. Again, it's an attacking change, to be fair to Claude Puel. So Mendy off, Okazaki on. Gazal drops a little deeper alongside Ndidi.
There's still time for Leicester. You know, he's rolling the dice. He's certainly going to have a go.
Yeah. Albrighton switching flanks, coming from left side to right side with the ball now with Harry Kane. Kane plays it between the legs of Leicester player. Forward to Dele Alli. Alli in towards Ericsson. Goodness, that was a beautiful Tottenham move. Unfortunately for them, the final pass wasn't quite right.
Brilliant Harry Kane. Just a little nutmeg, very, very cheeky. And the pass he gives to Dele Alli with pace. And you're thinking, can Dele deal with it? He certainly can. And he just touches, sublime touch, and a little ball in to Ericsson, who just couldn't get on the end of it. Brilliant move.
We've 2 teams to support on Tuesday night in 5 Live's coverage in the Champions League. The commentary will be from Anfield. Liverpool need to beat Napoli, but there'll be fervent interest too in what Tottenham do in the Camp Nou away to Barcelona, having to win. They're going to win here. That wasn't a foul. Oh, but then Sissoko wastes possession, and he knows it too. It's cleared by Leicester. Here's Maddison inside the centre circle. He can't keep the ball. Dyer tackles Ndidi. Ndidi holds him off. Ndidi plays it back now, and fed over the halfway line towards Okazaki. That was a foul challenge, was it? No, it's an offside flag raised, and it's a free kick to Tottenham. 10 minutes to go. Spurs lead 2-0. Story of the day happened at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-0, and that meant that Liverpool's 4-0 victory in Bournemouth at lunchtime has put them top of the Premier League table for longer than just a few hours. How long the challenge will last from Klopp's team towards Guardiola's team this season remains to be seen. Robbie, of course, Savage says it's all over anyway. Give the trophy to United.
He might change his mind after today.
I think Robbie does like to say strong things. Some of them come off, most don't. Anyway, we'll see. Now, is that another yellow card? Well, he has got a...
Yeah, he certainly caught him.
Yeah.
He's caught Walker Peters there. Looked a bad challenge.
So it's a free kick to Tottenham, and Gray is the latest player to be booked. 9 minutes left for play here on 5 Live. Michael Bryan, the summariser this evening. Ball is with Spurs. Alderweireld clears it, but only at the expense of a throw-in over the halfway line on the far side of the field. Leicester to take it quickly to Okazaki, and then Chilwell again, trying to return the pass to the Japanese player. Didn't get it right. Cleared by Tottenham. Here's Kane. Kane squeezes the pass infield, but it's behind Ericsson. And now Albrighton up to the halfway line. That's not a great ball from Albrighton. Pereira couldn't get on the end of it, but there is a throw-in at least for Leicester on the halfway line, right side. Albrighton plays it back to Morgan. On to Albrighton once more. Weak pass from Albrighton, intercepted by Dyer. He finds Kane. Back it goes to Winks, and Winks to Sissoko inside the centre circle. On to Walker Peters on the far side. And now it's with Alderweireld. Alderweireld looks for the run of Kane, but doesn't get the direction of the pass right, and is cleared by Evans to Ndidi. Ndidi plays it towards Gray. Okazaki's running through into the penalty area. Gray cuts away from one challenge, shoots rather selfishly, might get another opportunity to get the pass right. Finds Okazaki, no. The ball squirts behind, and it's going to be a corner.
The Tongan's not happy, he thinks Okazaki's fouled him, he possibly did. Great pressure from Leicester.
Maddison to take the corner. A little over 7 minutes to go, plus added time. Remember, all the substitutions require 30 seconds each, allegedly. Madison plays it in right footed towards the far post towards Morgan. Well defended by Lloris. Then a shot driven in wide of goal by Ndidi.
It's going to have to be something special from there, 30 yards out, coming out of the sky, and Ndidi tries the volley, well wide, poor execution.
Yeah, it was very well wide. Still thinking of any particular save that Lloris has had to make.
He's just done what he's needed to do. He's been comfortable while in possession, which we've talked about. He just clips a lovely weighted ball then as we speak. But yeah, he's just done what he's needed to do.
As handball by Albrighton, robbing Winks of possession. Could easily have been a yellow card produced by Craig Boston, the referee, but he's decided against it.
He's had his critics of late, Hugo Lloris, but I quite like him. I think he's a very, very, very good goalkeeper. There's talk to say, will Tottenham look for somebody else? But hopefully he's settled down now and continue on his football and continue with his career that he's had so far.
I agree. The odd mistake, but a very, very good goalkeeper. Now, ball breaking towards Harry Kane. Morgan gets across to rob Kane of any danger element, and he clears the Leicester captain up to the halfway line. One back by Winks. Hasn't he had a good game tonight?
Yeah, it's been a good performance.
That's with Lloris again, and Lloris left-footed, high towards Kane. Morgan heads it away. It's dropping towards Dele Alli, but it's intercepted by Ndidi. Here's Albrighton winning a throw-in. Many Leicester fans have given up hope, though. They've left their seats and exited the King Power Stadium. Unsurprisingly, 6 minutes to go. The team 2-0 down. Throw-in taken by Pereira. Played back by Gray to Evans. Evans sweeps it towards Chilwell. If it's accurate, it's very good, and it is accurate. Chilwell gets to the ball, left of the penalty area, crosses low, cleared on the half volley by Dial. Out of play for a throw-in.
Good attacking move again. Chilwell down the left-hand side. He looks dangerous. He puts a good ball in, but Tottenham seems to have a good shape. Dyer just mopping up, and they seem very, very solid.
They are a good side, Tottenham. I don't think they'll challenge for the title, but they are a really good side, and they will be in third place tonight.
It's interesting that you're having such a good away record now. They're obviously doing something right away from home. I maybe it was question their grit and how they can grind out results. But away from home this season, they've been very, very good.
And they've reacted well to that defeat in the North London derby. Here's Dele Alli. Dele Alli just taps the pass to Winks. On it goes towards Sissoko. Sissoko was waiting. Brian running to meet the pass, and Leicester have it. Okazaki tackled by the other number 20, Dele Alli. Dele Alli's clears to Sissoko. Kane is running through the middle. Two Leicester players with him. It runs through to Harry Kane, supported by Eriksson. The pass to Eriksson the Dane, just outside the penalty area. Dele Alli's available again. Oh, indeed, he was tracking that run by the England player. Intercepted for Leicester, and now it's back with Morgan.
Great ball in from Sissoko to Kane. You think he's in on goal, but he actually brings it down. He just couldn't get in, but his awareness is fantastic to bring in Eriksson.
Long pass forward for Gray. Gray crosses first time towards the far post for Leicester. Header away, and then the ball's inside the penalty area. Shot driven in straight into the hand of Lloris. Giselle.
There's one for the cameras, Hugo Lloris. I think he was very, very comfortable. He had that little dive and roll to say, I've made a save today. He didn't need to do it.
Well, the roll, of course, wastes time, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
It's a classic goalkeeping instrument late in the game when your team's in front. Fall over. No, you're not feigning injury, but you don't need to lie down. Here's Albrighton. Albrighton is on a throw-in. It's a third of the way inside the Tottenham half. 3 minutes to go. 2-0 to Spurs. Pereira with a throw-in. Goes to Okazaki. Okazaki hits it on to Madison. Right into the penalty area. Crosses toward the far post just ahead of Okazaki, who'd made the run into the 6-yard box. It's still in play. It's crossed into the penalty, and there's another catch and dive by Lloris. Totally unnecessary the dive, Hugo.
Brilliant feet, Madison, jinking left and right. He fizzes the ball in. Okazaki's right in the middle of the goal. You think he's got it, just clips off his head, just too high for him.
That was a poor throw by Lloris. It went straight to Albrighton. Now here's Madison. Madison feeds it towards the left-hand side. Now, Chilwell back, and it's the cross is far too deep. That's behind for a goal kick. Disappointing from Albrighton.
Very poor from Albrighton. He tries to do something positive, but you've got to make sure there's much more quality than that. The cross goes right out the back, past the goal, past everybody, and that just kills the game. Momentum back with Spurs, the pressure off. Lloris can take his time.
2 minutes to go plus added time here on 5 Live. Leicester 0, Tottenham 2. Lloris with a goal kick, directed towards Ericsson, who heads it on but can't keep it in play. Not for very much longer. It's out for a throw-in. Pereira to take it, the right full back for Leicester, onto Okazaki. Okazaki then runs into Dyer. He's quite a physical presence, Eric Dyer. The pass forward to Dele Alli. Dele Alli then tackled by Pereira, and Pereira evades Ericsson as well. He's up to the halfway line. Nice little chip ball to Okazaki. Pereira still running. The ball's with Gray. Good thinking by Gray. Crosses it. Gazelle with a shot straight at Lloris. It's a good cross from Gray.
It was the first, a bit of quality we've seen for Pereira down the right-hand side. It falls at the left-hand side for Gazelle. He's got overlapping. We talked about Chilwell, how good he is. Just be patient. He gets his shot away. Really comfortable for Hugo Lloris. But he's got to be aware of the overlap.
Here's Harry Kane now. Harry Kane approaching the Leicester penalty into the penalty area. He's looking to lay it off to a colleague. Chips it back. Doesn't reach Dele Alli. Caught by Schmeichel, who throws it out quickly. Now Chilwell on the far side. Chilwell barged over there by Sissoko. That's a free kick. 30 seconds of the regular 90 minutes remain. And the free kick was taken inches away from where the referee wanted it, so he pulls them back. I mean, they weren't trying to steal yards. They were fussing. Ball played towards Gray. Intercepted by Davis. On by Ericsson to Kane. Back to Dyer. And now Alderweireld. 3 minutes of added time. That's what we've got, and we're into it now. Can they score twice in the 3 minutes of added time? You would doubt it. They'll be fortunate to score one, Leicester. But here's Okazaki forward. Okazaki lays it off now. Albrighton plays it in towards the far post ahead of Okazaki. The referee's decided that Okazaki fouled the defender, and it's a free kick for Tottenham.
Much better from Albrighton. The delivery came. He didn't disappoint. It was a great ball to the back post. I think Okazaki just run into Walker Peters. I don't think he was intentionally trying to make a foul. Just too far out of the outstretched Okazaki.
He has introduced urgency since he's come on, Okazaki. Well, I suppose it's easier to do that in a few minutes as a sub rather than from the 90 minutes. Anyway, just getting a television shot of Son starting this game for Tottenham tonight and scoring a brilliant goal after a bit of a non-event first half. Fabulous left-footed strike in added time, and that was subsequently added to in terms of goals by Dele Alli with his header from the far post. 2-0 Tottenham lead. Tottenham taking all 3 points, moving up to 36 points, 6 points behind the new Premier League leaders Liverpool. Tottenham clear the ball, but it's straight out of play. We've had half of the added time, and it's quiet around the King Power. There will be a huge roar from the Tottenham fans when the final whistle goes. Really good win this.
Great win from Spurs. We've just seen something quite freakish, really. Eric Dyer, it cannons towards the corner flag, stays in completely. It shocks everybody. You think the ball was going to go out, for a corner, and it stayed in.
Sturdy corner flag that. Gazelle to the left side. Chilwell back to Maddison. Maddison gives it to Ndidi. They're still searching at least for a goal, Leicester City. Ball breaks to Albrighton on the right hand side into Maddison onto his left foot, and that's a shot that gone 15 yards wide.
Exact same area as Son. It must be something in that. Poor execution. Maddison had that chance to make something happen. If you just look at Spurs back four, they were all working together. The communication was excellent, up at the right time, dropped off when they needed to, and they had that screen and cover of Dyer just in front. Excellent shape out of possession, defended very, very well to earn them such a Joe, a positive win with such a big week going to Barcelona on Tuesday.
Five Live wishes them well. There'll be reports from that game, but Five Live concentrating on what's happening at Anfield, Liverpool at home to Napoli. Like Tottenham, needing to win. Throw into Leicester. Surely it's the last action of the game. The referee puts his whistle to his lips, blows it, and that's full time. And it's a really good win for the North London side.
Excellent away performance from Spurs. Yes, they didn't create too much in the first half. They managed to rest Eriksen and Harry Kane ready for Tuesday night in Barcelona. But it's all about the quality of Son. He comes in off his left foot. He unleashes a wonderful strike to the top corner. Again in the second half, he has that composure and quality to curl the ball right on the play for Dele Alli to make it 2-0. And that's the difference, having the quality of somebody like him at the top of the pitch. Leicester have struggled for goals. You can see why today. They've certainly tried and to make things happen, but they couldn't get through this Spurs defence.
They need Vardy back, and quickly. Final score at the King Power Stadium: Leicester 0, Spurs 2.